All right, let's talk about something real. If you live in a place where the air feels like a hot, wet blanket most of the year, you know your air conditioner isn't just a luxury, it is a lifeline. So today, we're building the ultimate survival guide for your home's hardest working and, yep, most expensive appliance.
So let me just ask you a quick question. Just think for a second. About everything in your house, the fancy fridge, the big screen TV, the oven, which one of those things actually costs the most?
You got it. It's your HVAC system. You know, that big box that's humming away outside, the one you probably don't even think about until, boom, it dies on the hottest day of the year. We've all felt that little wave of panic, right?
But don't worry, this here is your playbook. In just the next few minutes, you are going to learn how to understand, how to maintain, and how to make really smart decisions about what is truly the most critical system in your home.
Okay, so let's dive right in. To really get a handle on this, we first have to understand the unique challenges your system is up against. See, in a place like Florida, your AC isn't just a machine. It's more like a soldier in a constant, brutal battle for your comfort.
So, who's the enemy in this fight? You might think it's just the heat, right? Well, it's a little more complicated than that. There are actually a few hidden enemies working 24/7 to take your system down.
And here's what's so wild. It's how these four things literally gang up on your AC. You've got that crushing humidity, making it run constantly. Then you have corrosive salt in the air that just eats away at the metal. The compressor itself is overworked because it never gets a break. And to top it all off, you've probably got leaky ducts bleeding all that precious cold air into your hot attic. It's a non-stop assault, and it's why these systems fail so much faster here than pretty much anywhere else.
So how can you tell if your system is starting to lose that battle? Well, the good news is it usually doesn't just die in silence. It sends out warning signs, kind of like an SOS, that if you know what to look for, you can learn to decode.
Let's look at two of the most common signals. You open your utility bill and it's shockingly high? That could be a slow refrigerant leak, forcing the whole system to run longer and harder just to keep up. Or you see a puddle of water on the floor. That's often a sign that your drain line is clogged up with mold and algae, thanks humidity, and it's causing water to back up.
And other signs point to totally different issues. You know, when the air coming out of the vents just feels weak, that can mean all your cold air is escaping through bad ductwork. And if you start hearing weird grinding or clanking sounds, listen up. That could be the sound of the compressor, the very heart of your system, getting ready to give up the ghost.
Okay, this leads us to the big, scary financial question. Do you repair the darn thing again, or is it finally time to replace it? It can feel like a super tough call, but there's a surprisingly simple little formula that can make the decision for you.
It's called the $5,000 rule. And honestly, it's brilliant because it takes all the emotion and the guesswork out of it. All you do is multiply the age of your unit in years by the cost of the repair. It turns a really stressful decision into a basic math problem.
So let's just run through a quick example. Let's say your system is 12 years old, which for a Florida unit is definitely getting up there, and you get a quote for a $600 repair. You just multiply those two numbers together, 12 times 600, and you get $7,200. Since that number is way over the $5,000 threshold, the math is basically screaming at you that it's time to stop throwing good money after bad. It's time to replace. Okay, so you've made the call. It's time to replace. Or maybe you just need a trustworthy repair. Now comes the next hurdle, finding a real professional you can trust in a sea of, well, not so great options.
Here is your 4-step cheat sheet. Number 1, they have to be EPA certified. That's the law. 2, and this is a big one, demand a manual J load calculation. This is a real calculation to size the unit for your specific home. Don't let anyone just guess based on square footage. And of course, get everything in writing up front and try to find someone who really knows the local challenges. It makes a huge difference.
And finally, let's talk about the secret weapon, the key to winning this war against the climate. And that is making sure you never even need that emergency repair call in the first place.
You see, proactive care is, well, it's everything. A simple annual tune-up where a pro cleans the coils, checks the refrigerant, inspects the wiring, and this part's on you. You regularly change that filter. That can literally double the life of your system. This stuff isn't optional down here. It is absolutely essential.
And look, the experts all agree. This simple, scheduled maintenance is what stands between you and a catastrophic, sweaty, miserable breakdown on the hottest day of the year. It's all about preventing problems, not just reacting to them.
So, I'll leave you with this one last thought, a little shift in perspective. Is that annual maintenance plan just another annoying expense, Or is it really an insurance policy protecting your home's most valuable, most vital appliance? It's something to think about.